Welcome to The Conversation with Pat Harvey. In this series, I'll dive into various topics and issues with my guests in a more intimate and unfiltered setting. And my guest today is an award-winning producer, director, and choreographer, among other things. She is also the co-founder of the Amazing Grace Conservatory in South LA, Miss Wendy Raquel Robinson. Wendy, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. This is wonderful.
Well, you are so wonderful.
I am excited for you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Wendy.
Absolutely.
Well, I want our viewers to get to know you much better.
Wonderful.
You were raised and born in South Los Angeles.
South Central, to be very specific.
Okay, that's what we used to call it.
Yes.
So what sparked your interest in dance and acting?
You know what's interesting? I was always a curious kid, you know, and just growing up, we used to put plays on in my backyard at like 7 years old. And I lived on the street. There was about 20 kids that lived on my block.
Give us a little geography.
Oh, like 84th and Western.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
very
right.
specific, yeah. Inglewood adjacent.
Yeah.
And we were all, it was really weird, we were all about the same age. So every summer, you know, we would get outside, play, you know, and I started writing plays.
You started writing plays?
I started writing plays.
At that age?
Yeah, I mean, we called it the block review. That was it, the block review. But no, we had a whole song and dance to it and everything. But one thing just kind of led to the next, and I just never stopped. So my mom put me in some formal classes, and here we are some years later, and I haven't looked back.
Oh,
I have not.
You've had such a remarkable career, and you're still going. So when you say we were kids and we were in the backyard and we put on plays and we used to sing, did that start from school? Or where did that idea come from?
I think it just started from an overactive imagination.
Love it.
Which is so interesting. When I was in school, you know, like elementary, I would be in different plays and things like that. But the seed was planted. My mother was a dancer. Ah,
there we go.
But she was very shy. She didn't pursue it.
Okay.
She went into nursing and everything. So I think it was just in the blood. I know it sounds so weird. It's like, where was that seed planted? I was just very curious.
You saw her dance?
No.
You did not?
No. I mean, they had a lot of house parties and things like that, but she wasn't a formal dancer.
Oh.
But this comes out later, you know, now, you know, much later in life, and we really talk. And she always tells me she wished that she wasn't afraid to pursue it. So she really pushed me once things just really started formalizing.
Now, when did you realize that this wasn't just a hobby for you, but you can do this and, you know, make a career out of it?
Right. I was in high school, and I was contemplating colleges, and one of the college counselors was like, so what do you want to do? You know, and I was like, I love acting, I love dancing. And he told me, ironically, he was like, well, have you heard of Debbie Allen? Have you heard of Roxy Roker? Have you heard of Felicia Rashad? And I was like, yeah. He was like, well, they all went to Howard University. Would you consider going to Howard? And I did.
You went to Howard too?
I went to Howard.
Oh, amazing.
I went to Howard University.
And is that planted another, or that helped the seed to grow?
It did. It really did. It watered the dream. It made it, I want to say it brought it even closer to me, because I was able to see so many people that I admired, you know, that were doing what I wanted to do. And needless to say, you know, when I got there, Anthony Anderson was in my class, Taraji was like 3 years behind me, Paula J. Parker, you know, Isaiah Washington. So it was, it felt like home. It was just the right choice at the right time.
I've never heard that. That's an amazing story.
Isn't
that
it?
You had all those people that have made it that we know about. You all sort of were together.
Yeah, we were.
Now, you started your career, I would say, with the LA Contemporary Dance Theater, right?
Oh,
and
wow.
New Age Workshop.
Look
We have
at
to do our research.
Oh, you did your research?
Oh, yes, girl.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
Wow. So, you know, I wanted to dance more than anything. So Lula Washington in the LA Contemporary Dance Theater, she gave me my first opportunity as a part of a company member. Wow, isn't it something?
Now, was that after Howard?
No,
that was before.
You know what? They were almost in tandem.
Okay.
Yeah, and wow, now I gotta dust off the cobwebs. It's like, oh my God. But yeah, I started dancing with Lula first. and I would take classes, and then I became a junior company member and then a company member. And it was back and forth, you know, my hiatuses in between Howard's, you know, freshman year through senior year.
And you'd come back here to LA and do your, you know.
I do my thing, and it was a wonderful time. Dance was really, really a challenge for me in a lot of ways, mentally, physically, because, you know, dancers, they work the hardest. They work the hardest, and it's not a lot of opportunity. And so as I started doing the acting more, I would get all the time, are you a dancer who acts? Are you an actress who dances? What do you know, it was like I had to make a choice, and it was like, well, my passion is really both. But I enjoyed acting, and I was able to be so many different people that, you know, I could act through the dance and dance through my acting.
Yeah, oh, you figured that out.
Yeah, I figured that out. I figured that out. So,
I love that. So, you know, that actually was, people would present that to you really saying, well, do you act? That was the more popular of the two between acting and dancing?
You know what's interesting? Well, not at Howard. At Howard, it was really interesting. It was like, you're going to major in what? Because I was, you know, majoring in drama. But I will say acting was the more popular out of the two. Yeah, I think it was the more reasonable thing to do, if that makes sense.
No, it does.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah.
Were there other challenges along the way?
Oh, everything is a challenge. Yeah. I'll never forget, even with LA Contemporary Dance Theater, you know, I lost my solo the day of the show, parents in the audience and everything. And it was like, you know, well, you know, like I say, dance is the hardest. And when the choreographer didn't believe in me as much as I believed in myself, and, you know, just took a gamble, and I got pulled from the dance the day of. And I think that was a defining moment for me. And I wanted to do something where I would be able to have more at stake.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
And is that where the acting really
That's where it really came in.
Okay.
Yeah.
And boy, did that work out for you.
Wow, thank you.
You starred in the TV sitcom, The Steve Harvey Show. That's where I know you from.
Harvey.
Harvey. We always ask, are we related to one another? You play the role of Principal Regina Piggy Greer-Maddox.
Yes, yes, yes.
So what are some of your favorite moments from that show?
Oh, God. I think working with the Kings of Comedy at a time when they were at the pinnacle of their career, you know, Steve and Cedric were just, they were amazing. So every day it was like coming to just play. Yeah. And Terry J. Vaughn, all of us, we were just so young and just so excited about the work. You know, we would improv, we would do so many different things. But I think my favorite moments, we were very competitive. My character was very, very competitive. And we had a dance contest. And it was Cedric and I, it was me and Cedric against Steve and Terry, and it was a huge battle. And, you know, it was just, it was so much fun.
I bet.
It was so much
seemed that it was, and I don't know if we knew about all of the back scene or backstage little things.
Antics?
Yes.
Oh my God. Well, you know, when you're working with two comedians, you got to be ready for whatever's going to happen, and it happened. You know, so we became lifelong friends.
And the fact that you did improv.
Oh, yes. On the show. I was in an improv group, actually. Yeah, I did a lot of improv.
Well, that's very important. Yes. That's crucial. I've always, not that I know for sure, but just in terms of being able to be on stage or in front of a live audience and sort of just make it up as you go along.
Ooh, like this.
As opposed to having something scripted all the time. That's a big difference.
Oh, yeah.
Would you say?
I'd say, you know, it opens you up to really be present and to be in the moment. You know what I mean? You can't plan ahead, you can't go back, you can't edit and do all of that. You just have to really stay in the moment.
And sometimes that makes the scene better.
It does, or it can make it worse. You know? Okay, it's like humana, what am I gonna say? Yes, yes, yes. But it does, it really makes it a lot better, yeah.
Well, how did that role affect your career? Was that the breakout role for you?
You know, it's interesting. I think it was. How did that really change things for me? I think it gave me an opportunity to, it was a new network. The WB was just starting off on their network, and it just really gave me a chance to spread my wings And I was able to do so many things. You know, my character, she was dramatic, she was funny, she was physical, she was competitive, she evolved into so many different things, you know, and Steve and
we
I
were able to see you.
Yes, I was able to be seen.
You had that was a national
Oh yeah,
audience.
that was for like 6 years we did that show.
Okay,
yes.
and was that your first in terms
That
of a
was
national?
not my first.
Give me the first.
Minor Adjustments.
Minor Adjustments.
It was on NBC, and it starred Rondell Sheridan and myself. And then NBC canceled it, and then we started the UPN network.
Okay, I remember
So
that.
you remember that?
Yeah.
And then we were the partner show with Moesha, with Brandy.
Yes.
And so I mean, I was the pilot queen. I did so many pilots. I did so many, some that you know, some that made it to TV, and some that just didn't. But working with incredible producers, working with Stan Lathan, who is like my godfather. I love
Stan, Maggie, shout out.
Oh my God, yes. So he gave me so many opportunities, you know,
love to hear
and
that.
he directed every single episode of the Steve Harvey show.
Okay.
So
He
then
was
right
behind
after
the
Steve
scenes.
Harvey, I went on to do a variety sketch show with Cedric.
Oh
It was
my
the
goodness.
Cedric Entertainer Show present, and it was the closest I ever got to Saturday Night Live. So we were changing characters and doing all kind of things, but that's where I feel like that's where I thrive.
I was going to say you really, really grew with that.
Yeah.
But you've been in the industry for a while, because the shows we were talking about, 90s?
Yeah, they were in
Yeah.
the 90s, 95, 96,
Okay.
97, yeah.
So that's a decade.
Yeah.
What do you think, or how do you think the industry has changed for dancers and actors?
You know what's interesting? It was a time when there was no social media.
Oh,
Yeah,
I know it.
Okay. So you know,
So
we
that's
had
a change.
pagers. We had pagers. So that's a big change. And then also, the time when Steve Harvey was being produced, it was also the time when, you know, there was the Jamie Foxx show. There was In Living Color. There was the Martin show. There was this huge renaissance of African Americans, you know, just running television in a half-hour format, starting and launching different networks. We were the flagship shows.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
It's one of those impromptu moments.
One of those impromptu moments.
That's
What are you
an
going to do
improv.
when your earring comes off,
That's
darling?
right.
You're going to put it right back on, and you're going to continue the conversation as if nothing ever happened.
Absolutely.
How about that? Speaking
See,
of the
Wendy?
flagship shows,
Yes, dear.
So yes.
Well done.
Thank you, and we're back. So yes, no, but we were the flagship shows that launched WB, UPN, Fox. So prior to that, you didn't see many African Americans on TV in the leading roles.
Right.
And then they were taking so many comics. You know, you had Steve Harvey show, Jamie Foxx show, Martin, the Martin show.
Right.
You know, it was just a very different time. Whereas now,
Okay, come on. What do you think about now?
I think now,
And what needs to change?
what needs to change is that we need to be more in control of our content and produce it ourselves, you know, because if I look at a lot of the networks, I see us vanishing from the networks. You know, I was just on Papa's House with Damon Wayans on CBS, and, you know, now that's gone. The Neighborhood, they're on their last, you know,
Right.
and the days of, like I said, having those great comics in the forefront are disappearing from network television. Now we're on more streaming platforms, but I'm very interested to see what the micro dramas are going to do, you know, and utilizing YouTube and Instagram as platforms where we can be showcased. We're going back to theater now.
Okay,
Theater's
absolutely.
really big right now,
Yes,
you
it
know, for
is.
African Americans. So, no.
What do you think about that, though? I mean, as far as almost everything is streaming. We're streaming right now. This show is on a streaming platform.
Oh, okay. Hey,
on
streams.
YouTube.
Yes. Okay.
Yes,
Great.
and
Great.
we take chunks and put them on broadcast, but this is on a streaming platform. And as you said, that seems to be the way for
For us.
yes, the majority,
Absolutely.
even
Absolutely.
television, really. Period.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So
It's very interesting. I was at an event and I was speaking with Reggie Hudlin, and I was
yeah.
like, so what do you think about this time right now? He was like, to be totally honest, it's almost like the Jim Crow of television. He was like, but we're going to come back around. We always do. It's just hanging in there. It's just a different time right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you think there will be more shows that come
Oh,
back?
I absolutely believe it.
for your
I have
future?
to. I have to. We are some of the greatest and most creative people on the planet. So there's no denying us. I mean, I have to think with, a lot of times it's like, oh, you got these rose-colored glasses. But no, I really believe that. I truly, truly believe it. Yeah.
I don't know if off the top of your head you can think of like in terms of controlling content. Do you know?
Well, one thing I admire Kevin Hart and what
Okay.
he's doing with Heartbeat Productions, and passing that torch along, and doing certain things on streaming platforms. So that was the first one that comes to mind for me immediately.
And he's been very successful.
Very successful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's not as commercial, as the major networks, but one thing I do know in working with young people, they're not watching TV anymore.
okay.
They're not.
No. They're not going to sit down
yeah, right.
and
They're
turn
not
on a
gonna sit down.
channel
No.
at a time when they can get things right there on their phone or
Absolutely.
their electronic devices when they want to. That's the other
Absolutely.
reason why streaming is so popular.
Absolutely. Yeah. And
So-
I can't think of this other guy, but he is huge. He's even bigger than Kevin. He has like 40 million followers, and it's on another platform called Twitch.
I've heard of Twitch.
Young guy.
Is he a comedian, actor, or what does he do?
He has really taken the whole, I don't want to call it reality, but it's like you sit and watch and it's just him in a 24-hour span. Him at home, him playing games, him doing whatever he wants to do. It's totally different. I watched it with my niece and nephew and I was like, really? But he's a phenomenon.
Wow, would you do something like that?
I'm
That's
very
really bringing
private.
people- I was gonna
Yeah,
say, that's
I'm
really
too
bringing
I'm too
people
old for that. I
into-
think I missed that wave. I missed that wave. I don't want nobody to see me do it.
This is how I live when I wake up. I woke up like this.
Exactly.
The
The
real.
real.
Like this.
But
Okay.
I wouldn't mind someone following me, for a day in the life. And it's so funny. I'm in rehearsals right now for production, but I said, I want to journal everything day by day, but then I forget. By the third rehearsal,
Time
I've already
gets
forgotten.
away.
Yeah.
You need an intern to do that for you.
I do.
Okay.
I do.
All right.
Honey, I got to have a conversation. I need an intern. Yes.
Well, speaking of production, we're talking about the Amazing Grace Conservatory in South LA.
Yes.
You founded this magnificent company in 1997
Yes.
with your friend, the late actor Tracy.
Tracy
Coley.
Lamar Coley. Yes.
Now, how did that come to be, and what inspired you to come up with the Academy?
Wow. What's so interesting? When I was at Howard, I used to work with the DC Youth Ensemble, and it was an internship, basically, and we would work with the different youth and things like that. So I started teaching, loved it, and I met Tracy when we were out on the road touring. And I did all of the Chitlin Circuit plays and things like that. I know, long story. So cut to, the show is ending, and he was like, so what are you gonna do after the play? And I was like, I really don't know. He was like, well, I'm teaching at Marla Gibbs, and she has this wonderful arts academy in Leimert Park. You should come. And so met with Marla. She gave me a job teaching dance and acting. Who would have known?
Tutelage?
I was under, and she, the summer that I was there, it was the last summer, and she was like, I'm closing the doors, but I am passing the torch to you and Tracy. So basically, it was like this challenge, if you choose to accept, in the middle of, South Central, right after the riots,
Yeah, 97.
and it was a time where I couldn't say no. I couldn't. My mom thought I was crazy. She's like, you guys are going to start a school? But Tracy is a Morehouse man. I'm a Howard girl. We sat down for hours and hours and days, no computers at this time. And we developed a curriculum. We found a space and we just poured our heads and hearts into it. And I would have never known that 28 years later, it has been the greatest footprint I will leave on this planet. We've touched over 12,000 youth from every walk of life. Many of which, this is what's so crazy, you talk about a full circle moment, 75% of our staff are alumni.
That's amazing.
The pipeline is so
They
rich.
come back.
They come back.
I'm going to say I have personally witnessed how talented your young people are. I was the humble recipient, believe it or not, at an honor, and they performed. And when I heard my name in the song, I got so emotional.
Wow.
I couldn't believe that happened.
I don't know why I'm
First
getting
of all,
emotional now.
I said, oh my God, these young people are amazing. And the last time we saw each other, I moderated a panel with David Oyelowo and Ava DuVernay.
Yes.
And your troupe performed there at the
Yes.
Paramount Studios.
Yes.
And it was just, again, remarkable.
Wow.
So I'm so happy that that's your passion.
It is.
And
I
that
don't
it
know.
has
It's like, why
been-
am I getting emotional?
Well, because that's your passion.
It
and you
is.
say for
It really
28
is.
years, and again, I've seen
And it
what they
hasn't
can
been
do.
easy.
Oh, okay, tell me
Yeah.
about some of the hardships, because I'm sure it hasn't.
Well, you know what's interesting? 5 years into it, I lost Tracy, very unexpectedly. And he'd gone to have the gastro bypass surgery, and we just knew we had plans and, hopes and dreams, and we're going to do this, that, and the other. And he had a massive stroke and passed. And it was in the midst of what? So I learned very easy how to pivot. And dealing with that, we built a whole show around him, and but he's still a very special part of the Conservatory, because not only the lives that he touched, but just he touched my life. And I didn't think I would be able to go on.
Whew.
And here we are now, to say it's been 28 years later, and to say that we have gotten past COVID,
Yes.
quarantine. We pivoted, we went straight to Zoom. We took like maybe 2 weeks off, but we
But you kept going.
We taught online, and we had a bigger grasp online because we were able to get kids from, Texas and Florida and Detroit. And it was just, we were able to do more in COVID than,
So
in
when
South LA.
When you did your Zooms, you did attract students from all over the country?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I think it was a stronger time then, because the kids, they were just so isolated. And they were so, kids talked about suicide, like, give me a number 9 and some fries. So we were able to bring in different professionals and, just really deal with the holistic of the child. It's not just the arts that we do.
All
We
right.
don't just do the arts.
Okay.
We
So
do
you-
the hearts.
You deal with the young people on a very, as you say, holistic, you have a holistic approach.
Mind, body, and
I
soul.
know they couldn't be that good for just being able to sing and dance. There had to be something that
no.
that came from within.
Absolutely.
So is that, did you add instructors, or was it just you and Tracy, and then when Tracy passed, I'm just wondering what kind of help you had? What kind of,
Wow, yeah. So we have a wonderful dance department. I have a wonderful acting department. I have a wonderful vocal department. But within that, we are all working artists within ourselves. So most of our staff, they've been there for at least 20 years.
wow.
You know what I mean? So there's no real revolving door. So what you are getting is very pure, it's very authentic, it's rich. It's rich not only in legacy, but it's rich in our commitment to the youth.
So you built something very, very special.
Through a
Let me
team,
ask,
yeah, definitely.
who is eligible to apply?
All students. So we interview them ahead of time to make sure it's something that they want to do, Not that my baby gonna be a star, so she gonna go here and he gonna go there. It's like, no. I want to sit with every child and see why, because, it's a serious commitment. They're there for 8 hours on a Saturday.
Really?
8
That's a long
hours.
time.
Yeah, it's a very long time. And then as we get closer to production, it expands. So we do that, and then we have auditions for productions. So it's broken down into an Act 1, which is all about the training. Come one, come all. You have to have a 2.5 GPA.
That was my next question.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Come on now. One of my favorite professors at Howard was like, you can't be a dumb actor. No. Come on. You can't, you just, you have to do the work.
Okay.
And so we make sure that they do the work.
Age limit?
We start at age 5
Age 5 you start?
to 18.
Okay.
And
5
we
to
have
18.
2 programs. So we have a pre-conservatory, ages 5 to 8, and then we have our 8 to 18-year-olds. A lot of them want to stay a little later. It's like, now you had that birthday, but you still, that's all right, baby. Come on. I'm going to let it slide. I'll give you one more year.
I just love this. The real Wendy is here.
No, she's coming out.
Oh,
You got me
I love
crying up
that.
here thinking about these babies.
Well, you know what? But that's just part of who you are.
Thank you. Thank
so
you.
we talked about the age limit. We talked about the programs. Now let's drop some other knowledge on our audience right now.
What is it? What is it, Miss Pat?
But about who has come from your program?
Oh.
Issa Rae.
Yes.
Probably
yes.
one of the most visible, I would say.
Absolutely.
When was she with you?
She was there. She did Fame 2000, and she also did one of our original pieces that we did. She was there for about 2 years.
Wow.
The thing about Issa Rae, and I always say, your seeds shall exceed you.
Ooh, okay, like that.
That's my personal mantra,
right.
you know. And she was one of those that was in the back of the class, Joisa, and you never heard anything. She was a sponge.
She was taking
She was a
in
sponge. She was a sponge. I mean, to a point where I almost really don't quite remember her.
Wow.
But she was one of those, yeah. Absolutely. And she took everything, and I mean, she went on, she started, it goes almost full circle to what I was talking about, how this industry and how we need to change things. She started YouTube with The Awkward Black Girl. And then from there, that
she went
morphed
on to
into,
become, oh, I miss her show.
oh my God. It was so, you missed the show. I missed the show. I played her mama.
That's right.
Okay? Bring me back. Bring it back. Bring it back. Let's put it on YouTube. Yeah.
It was so good.
It was so great. It was ahead of its time.
Yeah.
And I think more importantly, she captured South LA so authentically.
She did.
You know, and so real.
And
yeah.
that was probably too part of the draws, because if you watched it, you love recognizing some of the places, which also it showed the texture of South Los Angeles for people that didn't really know.
Right.
But, I mean, that show was seen all over the world.
Right.
So
right.
I appreciated that fact in particular, and to hear you talk about it and how she started, and also just what you offer, because it's not just the program that we're going to talk about now, the Soulful Christmas. You have, when are your programs when are they operating? All year?
All year, we're year round, yeah. So actually, we're in the middle of our fall semester, and that started in September, and it culminates December 14th. Then we pick back up late January, and that goes all the way through May. And then we have a Monday through Friday program in the summer, so it's no stop.
All right,
no
so it's
stop.
not just on Saturday in the summer.
Oh,
it's
no.
This
it's
is
Monday.
truly a
It's Monday through
conservatory.
Friday. Here they come, and they love it. But back to Issa very, very quickly. When I worked on the set, the one thing that I loved, the location scout, AGC, wardrobe, AGC.
Oh.
She had her own pipeline of her peers, and her thing is always look to your left and look to your right, because these are the ones you're going to be working with.
So she brought
Same way
them
as
along,
Howard.
too.
She brought them along.
Wow.
So, mwah, Issa.
Yeah, exactly. You've
Yes.
done so much.
Thank you.
How many productions a year?
We do 3 shows a year, and that's not including the auxiliary productions that we have to do, and the fundraisers, and but
well,
3
you have
main
to
stage
have
shows
that.
a year, absolutely.
But for 28 years, you've obviously been successful in terms of finding, having the programs funded. How do you do that? I mean, do you have your fundraisers, and those are what, Wendy?
You know what's so interesting? We've only had 1 gala.
Really?
Gala, yeah. But we've just been, and I'm gonna say this with all humility and, you know, just so authentic. We have been so blessed. We've had a lot of friends and favors, you know, the Steve Harveys, the Cedric the Entertainers, his daughter went there, you know, that have contributed. You know, we have gotten a lot of corporate funding, but that started, you know, after COVID, when, you know, all of those opened up. But we have a very nominal tuition. And we have just, I want to say, almost robbed Peter to pay Paul. But no. But now we are really, we are touching and moving and inspiring not only the alumni that give back of their time, their tithe, and their talent, but so many community leaders that just come in. Brotherhood Crusade.
Yes.
They've been in partnership with us. So we have some amazing partners that have just done.
That's exemplary. Well, the exemplary work that you do.
Thank you.
Have you thought about expanding? Do you have any plans to do that?
To franchise?
Yeah, whether it's in a different city
yes.
or...
You know, I've gotten that request because it's what we have. You know, why am I falling apart? What is going on?
You're showing
What
us.
is happening?
It's
I'm showing you.
improvisation.
Exactly. That's what you get when you order jewelry from Amazon. But listen, that's what happens. God made me funny. So listen.
Thank God.
Thank God.
Okay.
Don't judge me, Pat. So, Miss Pat. Okay.
Don't even, all right? No judgment from me, that's for darn sure. You can ask anybody here, anybody in the newsroom, all right? Authenticity that's what happens.
Okay. I probably wouldn't be able to do the news because, I couldn't keep a straight face at all. It's like whatever happens, I'm going to comment on it. But you were asking me, see, look,
thought
and then
about expansion.
oh gosh, about it.
Okay.
And I want to make sure that it's right, that it's pure. We have this one thing, and I call it the blue room. That's how we start our day.
Okay.
So that we all start off on one accord. We put up a quote for the day, a thought for the day. We get the young people to get up and express themselves. So we start immediately with, building their self-esteem.
Okay.
To succeed on stage and in life. But that blue room is the core and the crux of our program. And it just has to be done.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Soulful Christmas.
Oh, yes.
Real quick, tell me about that.
Soulful Christmas is, it's my baby. I'm writing it and directing it, and it's starring Isaac Ryan Brown. It is a modern retelling of the Ebenezer Scrooge story.
Oh, I love that story.
Oh, yes. So we have the past, the present, and the future. So if you go back to 1970s, that's the past. But the objective is to show him the ways of his life and how it's causing so much. But the spin is that we are the Tiny Tim character and all of that. They are survivors of the Altadena wildfires.
Oh,
so they've
so
been
you've
displaced.
made this.
Oh,
Is
it's
that what
very
you do
relevant.
every year?
That's what we do. Yeah.
Ooh.
So we take what's really happening and we put our spin on it, and we put it up as a mirror to really show the world what's going on right now. So he discovers the ways of his world and how things are really impacting not only everyone around, and it's set in LA.
Okay. Well,
So
yes.
yeah, with the fires and
Altadena,
everything,
that's
and then
wonderful.
the Ghost of Christmas Present, they come in with the squabble up, and we got the Kendrick in there, absolutely. And what was interesting, because it's a legacy show, so it's one of the first Christmas shows we did back in 1997. But every
You have
year
reimagined it
we reimagine
purpose.
it, absolutely.
Wow.
And the future, it was always set in 2030, but then I was like, that's next year
I was gonna
almost.
say,
You know
that's
what I
not
mean?
that
It's
far.
not that far. So we're incorporating AI and all of that.
What?
Yeah.
Really? Now, that's very
Yeah.
contemporary.
Yeah.
Wendy, what's next for you?
Oh, Lord. Well, I just finished a series with BET Plus, and it's called The Varnell Hill Show.
Okay.
And it's with Tommy Davidson, Kim
Oh.
Whitley, and you talk about funny, you talk about amazing. But I go back to, we don't know what's going to happen with the life of the show based on everything that has happened in this industry. So we just wrapped that in October, and I'm writing my book right now.
Good.
And it's called Every Girl Has That Moment.
Oh.
And it's a love letter to all of my young ladies, and it's chronicled in 3 different chapters, my babies, my teens, and then those grown women. Because every girl has that
face.
moment. We have those moments. Yeah.
We can fist bump on that.
Oh, yes, we can.
Yes.
You know exactly what that is. So, yes.
I didn't ask real quick. You have children?
No, I don't. I have
don't?
12,000 that I've.
Wow.
Yeah.
God
And
bless
it
you.
just, yeah.
Okay.
I've been doing this for so long that
I love it. You have 12,000.
I'm fed.
Okay.
I am absolutely fed. Yes.
Wendy, thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you
Miss
for
Pat.
coming by.
I didn't know what to expect, but
Well,
this
see,
was great.
This was the conversation.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And we got on our Christmas colors.
We do.
We're
we
ready,
are ready for everything.
A soulful
but I
Christmas.
I didn't know that the Soulful Christmas takes on all these themes that are in the present.
All of these things.
So-
It's December 14th, and we're at the Nate Holden Performing Arts Center for 2 shows only. And it's high energy, it's high impact, but more importantly, you will leave with a message.
How do you get tickets?
Oh, go to amazinggraceconservatory.org.
There you go.
That's easy.
That's easy.
amazinggraceconservatory.org. Yes.
Well, thank you, Wendy.
Thank you. Finally, we get to sit down. Thank you. And I fall apart.
No, you didn't. This has been wonderful. You made my day.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching the conversation with Pat Harvey so you don't know what to expect. Make sure to check our YouTube page for future episodes.
Girl, thank you.